Guys, can you see me? Is it working? I might have forgot to push the record button. Okay, I'm gonna hit refresh on my computer real quick. If anybody is out there, comment. I'm super excited. I don't know. This has been a crazy morning. Okay, I'm moving my stool. Let's see. Please be on there. No. Hey, we're there. Okay, good morning, everybody. I see I have a like. I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. So, okay, here's my day so far. I'm doing watercolor, which I thought I was preparing for early, but I didn't. Well, I did, and then I was like, I'm gonna go get all this new stuff set up. So you're watching me live on my new setup. I've got a camera here and a camera up above me, and then my iPod down below and my laptop over here, and they are all working together right now. So how high tech is that? Hopefully. Coffee. Good morning. Okay. So I thought I was recording, and then I wasn't recording, and then I did a bunch of stuff. This morning has been crazy. I was up early trying to prepare. I had to unplug my internet, I had to replug my internet back in. So I haven't had enough coffee. I don't know if I need more coffee, but let's talk about my coffee mug today. We've got Wake, Brew, Rescue, and Repeat with this cute little, probably a German short-haired pointer on there. Yay, Katie says she sees me. Thank you. So I'm trying out this new system. I almost last minute, in the last 2 minutes, thought I might take everything down and go back to the old fashioned way. The way that was yesterday. But if you guys can see me, we're going to continue on with this. So there's going to be some glitches, I'm sure. And I have two different iPads. I have a personal iPad, iPad Pro, and then I have an iPad for the shop. And I set this up with my shop iPad, but then I went on this morning and added a bunch of graphics on my personal iPad. And then my personal iPad, I can't figure out how to make it connect correctly. So anyways, here I am on my old iPad without all the fun, cool graphics. But I do have coffee. This is it's from, oh my gosh, Grounds and Hounds is who makes this coffee mug. And I'm going to refill real quick Grounds and Hounds. You can buy those buy their coffee at Three Dog Night downtown Centralia. And then also she's got some coffee mugs and stuff, which is where I got this one. Okay, I'm going to switch you guys over real quick. I'm going to try out a fancy technique. So bear with me. I'm going to do this, and then A is going to be that, and then that. Boom. Okay, so I've got me. Thanks. I did my hair all crazy today. So I've got my laptop over here, and so we've got the COVID-19 update as usual. And then when you go online, you're just going to click on the shop online. And that's going to just bring up our Facebook page. You'll do this on your phone too. So on the phone, it's like a stream, the narrow stream on your phone. But at the bottom of that, you're going to have Stay in the Loop. So if you want to go ahead and sign up for emails, and then you can go up, if you want to do an e-gift card for a birthday card or something, you can email it to someone. You can also email it to yourself, and then fold it up and put it into a card or something like that. And then the donation link is there, so you can go there and donate. And then today we're going to go ahead and talk about things are falling, guys. This is a mess. We're going to go ahead and talk about the watercolor. So I'm going to show you guys this real quick. Black Dog Pottery watercolor. I did all that. Okay. Wait. Is that? It is backwards. Okay. So this new program, I have... yeah. Okay, sorry. So the new program I have my poster in the background, and when I was doing it before, it was backwards, but when I'm looking at it on my phone, it's front ways, or correct. I don't know how you would say that. But then now I think, do you guys see it mirrored or regular? Let me know in the comments, because I'm trying. I have a poster that looks the right way. Anyways, this is crazy. It's gonna take me a few minutes, anyways, or a few days to figure this out. So this is I use this with watercolor, and then watercoloring on pottery is here. So there's I like to use this. This is a color book effect. And let's see, this one here is also a color book, so the ball jar was pre-printed on. So if you've been into the shop and you know color book, it's basically where we take an image and screen print it. It's kind of a mess, and so right now it's just something we do and provide for people to paint, but you can I say like millions of times. You can paint it and color it in however you want. And I'm going to go over this probably in a later video. But I like to do like a watercolor background just because it lets the color book stand out. So that's been pre-fired on. So there's this one that's a color book. I may or may not, yeah, I think maybe I'll show you how to do this real quick in the video today. So let's see, going back to where we were. So I'm going to show this guy real quick. And so that is Wednesdays we Zoom at noon. And so it's a VIP group, and let me see if I can do this. A, B, boom. So, go join our VIP Facebook group. And that's a sticky at the very top of, if you go to Facebook, then you'll have that little sticky right at the top with a link to join that. And we will, we just have a quick Zoom. Well, it's however long we want. I haven't actually set up the link today because I had so many technical difficulties dealing with everything else this morning. But there is a link online to go to that. And then that before noon today, I'll go and make the link, and then you can just click on that and join the Zoom meeting. If you haven't done Zoom meetings before, basically it's kind of Brady Bunch style, and you go back and you can just, everybody can see each other's faces instead of how it is here where I see your face or I never see your guys' face, and every time I say that, you see my face and just comment, so we can actually talk back and forth. So that's something that is needed right now with everything that's going on. So you don't have to bring a crafty project. I might be working on a crafty project. I might start my watercolor one here today, and then get back to finish it during the Zoom meeting. If you want to just kind of come and hang out and have some just conversation, come on and join us. So let me go back to that. So let me show you again. I know I show this every time. If you go to the donation link like I was talking about earlier, you get a little care package from me with my watercolor, and then we've got a Black Dog Pottery. It's a 10% off coupon, and then a vinyl sticker that goes with that too. So I did end up getting my package of stickers yesterday, and so if you've already done that, super thank you. It's helping us out tremendously. And so you can, I'll get those out in the mail here probably tomorrow is my goal, to have anybody who's already donated to go in the mail tomorrow. If you are want to go ahead and do that, I will get those going too. It just took a little bit for me to get the stickers. All right, so let's talk watercolor. Let's have a drink of coffee first, and then I'm going to take you to, my goodness, you guys, I want things to work correctly, and they just never do they? I practiced last night, and I thought it just was going to be awesome, and I did a live tutorial on Facebook, but it was like private, and it just never works out the way I want it to work. All right, so we are going to talk some watercolor real quick, and I'm going to pop this up here, see if I can make this happen. So we want this, that, and that. So here I am in the corner. Okay, so let's talk watercolor. Like I said, we can do watercolor at the shop, mixing about 50% glaze to water, and that's how I usually do something like this. We do have the little cups there, so that's how you do that. And then if you want to do, you can totally do something like this here. So this is just a watercolor background, and they let that watercolor dry and then painted a dark image over the top, which is something I completely love. And that's similar to what I did here with the, color book. So parts of that's already black on there, but then I went back over the top and painted in the happily ever after part. So let's go to the next picture. Here's another option, and that is just, again, just doing like a sunset effect and then painting saguaro cactuses over the top in just the black. And then this is something else that I really like. This is really fun for kids or adults even, just painting and then going back over the top with a pigmented brush. And then a pigmented marker. So you just paint the shapes. Obviously these people, they did a leaf shape, and then they just went back over with the marker. And so here's another fun idea, and I think I'll start with this one. It's especially exciting, awesome for kids to do like just blotches of the color, and then you can go back and do just add doodles over the top to make them more detailed flowers. And then this one is super awesome, and I'm gonna have a little video and I'll post that to my page. This one has just got a they actually use toilet paper tubes, and you guys all know how much I enjoy using toilet paper tubes for these tutorials. So they just went ahead and they drew a heart outline and then went and did the toilet paper tubes within that heart outline. And then they went and used watercolors to paint in the different areas. So those are my options there. Those are just my little things. And guys, let me know how this new process is working, because it's just kind of coming together randomly. And hopefully you guys, it's working right for you guys. I never know anymore what's happening. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go back. I just want to pull it up on my my laptop again real quick so I can make sure that the video is still going, because you know it's letting me stream live from this program I'm using, and so I don't actually see it live on Facebook, which is why I want to pull it up in a separate spot. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I have 2 things of water, and I thought I had 3 things of water. I don't know where the other one went. Okay, let's have some coffee. And I'm going to flip you down, and I'm going to start out with the pottery real quick. And I'm going to go back to this guy. So that's going to be A, and that's going to be B. I've got to talk myself through this. But here is, I'm going to start out with this plate, but I want to show you guys. So this plate here has a watercolor effect, and I just mixed the colors with paint. So I mixed the water and the paint glaze together, and then just kind of did splotches of watercolor everywhere. And so, you know, like if you did the Hello Spring Plate class last year, that's basically how we did that one too. And then I went back over the top with just stamps that we have at the shop. And hey, Nicole, I went back at the shop and then did black stamps over the top of the watercolor, and then outlined some of these different areas, because these are actually snowflake stamps, but I just picked what I thought would be best with the stamps. So anyways, I'm gonna just go ahead and go full view down below and get this going. And so there's my truck, and I thought I had water, and apparently I don't. So I'm going to pretend like it's going to be fine. Let me see. Let me think. Hang on. I'm going to improvise real quick because I want some water. maybe less than that. So I just put, let's see, actually, let me go back to this and do, this is going to be A and that's going to be B. So I just put about that much of water in the bottom. There's like barely any water that you can tell. And I'm going to add some blue, I think, some 38 blue. And I'm just going to put a bunch in there. So you can see how I put about half and half, and then I'm just going to mix that up. And actually, I think I might want some more water. So I forgot a pitcher, so I just had this random cup. So I'm going to add a little bit more water and a little bit more paint because I don't want to run out. I want to have the same amount of paint. So you know, like when you go and you buy paint to paint your house or whatever, and then you don't have enough, and you have to go back to Home Depot or wherever you're going to go, and you're going to want to buy another gallon, but you want to make sure it's the exact. So that's why I'm mixing a little bit more. So you can see how runny that is. And I'm going to take my skewer and just mix it all in there. And I'm kind of doing a dark blue. And the reason I like to use these paints, the watercolor effect on the back of the color book, is just because it, and I'm going to continue to mix and make sure it's just got a good mix. I like to have a little bit of a background wash, and see, it's just painting on, and then I can go back and do my full colors of the truck over the top. So if you want to come and do Zoom with us, and just, if you guys are wondering, this is like the super dark galaxy blue. So if you want to come back, and I'm liking to have my paint strokes to go in the same direction, but you can see how brush strokey it is, and I really don't mind that at all. I in fact like the brush strokey effect of the watercolor. That's kind of what makes it. You could, there's another technique, and I might show that in a more watercolor pottery video, where you can mound it on and kind of do more puddles of watercolor. And you can play around with it too. So let me finish, and I'm just adding so it's a little bit darker in areas. You could go back, and get like do a blue at the top and a green at the bottom, or however you want, but this just gives me a good background. So if I want to go back, I can add words. I can go back, I'm just going to show you guys this again, so you can see the brush strokiness of it there. Maybe if I hold it down here, how I just kind of went in the shape of the plate, so it's heavier in different areas. I just really like that as a good background. If you don't want to leave your area all white, this is a really great option. And you can go back now and add some trees if you want, or, and I know I'm going to go back and paint the truck. So, I didn't paint the truck area 100%. I maybe should have been a little bit better where the window is. And let me grab this real quick. So the color we're looking at is this 38, which I've never, let me see, can you see that? So I've never actually done the watercolor of that, but it's going to be kind of like a darker blue purpley color. And then the 23 is what I did, here if I show it like this. So the 23 there is what that is. So you can see it's a much lighter, but it just gives a really cool effect. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to this guy and so that's kind of my basic watercolor for pottery, and we can go a little bit more in depth in that. I think I kind of was thinking that as we kind of get closer to knowing we're going to be able to open back up, to ramp up and do more pottery focused videos. That way it kind of gets you guys excited to come back to the shop. What do you guys think about that? Instead, and then kind of how I'm doing a little bit. Here's a pottery idea, and then here's a, what is it? It's a non-pottery idea. Wowza. Wowza. Also, I wanted to make a quick note. I did go to Walmart yesterday, and I went to the paint section and there was like no paint. I got a pink and a white, but then all the other colors that were left were brown. So, coffee. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some watercolor. I'm gonna talk about paper for a second. So I'm gonna flip you back down. I say flip down. How is this working out? You guys like the angles or no? Do I need to go back to my old life and do that differently? Nope. Hang on. Boom. Got it. Hang on. We're gonna fall. Okay. So this is just a plain old envelope here. So just like you can see the paper is just like a smooth paper. And then this is a watercolor paper. Whoa, guys, hang on. What's this paper? I just grabbed my notebook from yesterday. So let me flip over to a clean piece of paper real quick. So this is the same notebook I've been talking about, or I've been using the whole time. And let's see. Okay, so this one is an 80-pound. It's got a little bit of a tooth to it. It's more of a drawing one, but you can use it for, let me see if I have watercolor in here. I know I do. We did some watercolor at some point, didn't we? So it's going to be still pretty smooth, but usable. I mean, if this is all you have, then use what you have, because that's the point of what is going on right now. Just use what you have available to use, and that'll be fine. And then I have this, which is a watercolor paper, and you can see that it's just a little bit thicker. This is 2 sheets, so it's really thick. So you can see that it's really thick, and then it has a little bit of a tooth to it also. So that's actual watercolor paper. I don't think I'll use that today. I'll just go ahead and keep on in my notebook. And then again, this is just regular paper, and this blue, or this red and blue I literally just used this Crayola tray thing that I got at Walmart for $1.98, I believe. So I'm going to do a couple different things, but I didn't. I just wanted to show how like flimsy this paper is and how nice it worked. So I'm going to just do a couple quick things. Grab my trusty crayon box and pick out a color. And I think I'm going to do like a darker color. It's like 98. It's like how many? 96 colors. So here's black. Look at that. I was afraid I wasn't going to find the black because it was so big. So I'm just going to kind of do a big, what you guys need to have is this to move this way just a smidge, right? Whoa, there we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do a big square frame, and I'm just kind of doing it. This is more really like artsy. Everything I do is artsy, unless I need to do something really precise, and I can, but for time purposes, I'm going to just do this. So the cool thing about crayon being wax is the paint and the water, it kind of creates a barrier. So I'm going to, this is kind of a fun thing you could do with kids. Draw a picture. So I'm just kind of really sloppily doing petals. So we're going to call that good. So there's my cool little abstract-y fun flower. And now I want some paintbrushes. You know what I think I'm going to do actually though is pull this guy out and put him down here. So there's so many different ideas. Let's do a couple quick, and a fun fact, I'm gonna flip this over. Fun fact, this little tray up here, if you've ever wondered why these little notches are here, it's so you can mix your colors. So you can just, let's see, let's get some more red up here and then just add it. So this is kind of like your little palette area. Get some more water. Put some more water in my red. Let me move him over, move him out of here. So you guys can see what's happening because my face is in the way. Do you guys like having my face there? Would you rather? Thanks, Bonnie, for letting me know about liking this program. So my question is, for things like this, do you like being able to see me so I can look up and just chat real quick? Or would you rather just have my voice and just see the working space? That's my question. You guys don't really need to see my water, but my little water dish is right there. So I'm going to add just some blotches of stuff over here. Stuff like, you know, paint. Let's do some orange, just so you guys can kind of, I'm going to kind of just go with that effect of what we saw in that one picture where we did some different colors. If you want to get a different brush for each color, you can. I was using blue. Clearly this is the same palette I was using to do my quick little envelopes. And I just want to kind of have, let's have a little bit of minty going on. See how I'm just like flopping the paint down all random like. And I'm going to let that dry so we can just go back and add some doodlies to him later. Because doodly is the word of the day. Let's get some purple going. So I'm just gonna, I don't know how well you guys can see, but if you have the crayon, the thicker the line, the more of a barrier it's kind of creating to keep the watercolors in line. And then like on the toilet paper tube, the heart I showed the picture of, this is half a heart, can you tell? Half a heart. I'm going to go ahead and post that on my page after this video is done. They used like the black acrylic paint, so that obviously any kind of barrier you can put down that will block the paint from flowing. So I'm just kind of making my things, and you can obviously see how I go back. This one I didn't use as much water, so there's quite a bit more saturation in the color. And then I didn't clean my brush between, so we've got kind of more of a fuchsia color because of the purple. But I'm kind of going with a, thanks Bonnie. I like to see my face. Half a heart on my face. So I'm just going ahead and doing kind of like a purple effect at the base of the petals, and then going back with some red. So this is kind of a fun thing, like a parent could draw this kind of quick design, and then have the kids paint it in, or if it's an older kid or a kid that's very artistic in nature, go ahead and they can draw their own thing. Again, I like doing the crayon because the wax does a little bit of a resistance against the red, or against the watercolor. It kind of keeps a barrier. Similar like if you were dyeing Easter eggs and use the crayon on there. So here's just kind of my fun little, we need a little bit more purple. And then the cool thing about watercolor is once it's down on the page, and even if it dries, you can go back. It's kind of a cool thing, but also could be a bad thing. You can go back and get it wet again and add more design. Like what's going on here? I feel like I need a little bit more purple in this little area. And all right, so let's do kind of a bluish green background area. So I'm going to start with blue over here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but when I'm painting right along the edge there, I can see the water retracting, the watercolor retracting back into my square area, because it's being resisted by the wax. Oops. Got a little red in there, but you know what? It's totally fine. So I'm just kind of going around the outside with my blue. Got the red going on, but see how there's that dark red, and I'm just going to go back with the blue. I don't really mind that much. Clearly my little barrier of wax was broken, but that's okay. It's the beauty of the watercolor. And now I'm going to go back with some green a little bit closer, and we're just going to kind of blend it in. So I went with the blue a little bit closer than I wanted, that I really wanted the blue, because I wanted to make sure when I pulled the green this way, they were having a good mixture. So keep going with this. Maybe I just kind of take that and got a little bit more. And you can just keep going back and forth. Take some more green. All right. So I'm going to just take my brush, and I'm kind of drying it off a little bit. Not like dry, but not like sopping wet. And then I'm just kind of going between that line and blending it a little bit more. Let me go up here. The one thing about using exact watercolor paper, I don't know if you can tell, but my paper is kind of bubbling. So that is one thing. You can also go back. I don't have a paper towel, but you can take an edge of a paper towel and go like where these little bubbles of water, and just kind of soak up if you have excess. Doing this really quickly, so I'm really not paying attention. Okay, let's turn down the sound. Travis is texting me. Okay, so now I'm going to do the center of the flower. And I'm just going to get some yellow on my brush. And I don't know if it's been a while, you want, if you haven't used these, they kind of take a little bit of water to kind of get to a good saturation to get any color. And so here we go. And I'm actually starting in the corner with a heavily saturated and kind of working the way out. Travis and I have airplayed some of the videos. Sometimes I'm like, you need to watch my videos. So Travis and I have airplayed a few onto our TV too. I'm a movie star. Just kidding. So I'm going to go back with some orange and kind of just go in the middle. It's heavily saturated with some orange. And then I'm going to take some yellow and just kind of blend between. Because we're just doing the center of the flower. Maybe I'll do a little bit of brown. Brown right here. Because he's a pretty flower. All right. So guys, I think that's pretty much, I've got a little bit of running, but again, I'm doing this really fast. If you weren't doing it as fast, you can switch brushes to go to a smaller size brush, or however you want to do it. The last thing I'm going to do on this guy is, I'm going to get my black, and I don't think I'm going to use this brush, but I wanted to use that brush to get enough water in there. And I'm about to make a mess. I'm grabbing a paintbrush here. Select. So I'm just selecting this really long one. You don't have to use a really long one. I'm getting it wet. I don't know if you saw the first picture, but the second picture, where are you? When I did that, got it wet, it kind of like clumped. You guys, can you see what I'm doing? Oh my gosh. It kind of clumped the bristles all together. And then I'm going to just put it in my black and I'm twisting it. So the whole end is getting covered in black paint. And now I'm just taking my finger like this and take a deep breath and hope for the best. And I'm just, there's not enough paint. Let's get some more water. I'm just going to flick some color of, onto him, because I just think with the crayon abstractedness and not solid line, I think that just kind of adds a fun effect to it. That's just personal preference. I kind of like that distressed look. And then at the same time, I got paint everywhere else, but that doesn't surprise anybody because that's my MO. All right, so here's our color. Here's our watercolor thing. I'm going to go back and show the video on Facebook. So after this one plays, you can go and watch that one of just the heart one. I know that there's the heart thing going on right now, and I should know what it's called. If you know what it's called, put it in the comments so I can say. But there's like a group on Facebook about posting all the hearts, and when we walk around town, you can see different people put hearts in the windows and whatnot. So I'm going to go back now and work on this one. This one didn't get quite dry. So there's that. And I'm going to use this Sharpie. So I just laid down some random colors, which is something you could do with your kids. And maybe I want him to be turned like this. And you can do flowers, but maybe I'm going to do a weird eyeball. He's a one-eyed monster. There's his mouth. And then he's got some crazy legs. And toes. And some crazy hair. So, anyways, there's my random little monster guy. You can, like, kids can do this, and you can say, now take your paint splotches, and what do you want to do with them? I'm going to go ahead and flip you back up. And so, yeah, here is our, I don't know if I want to hold this up yet. Well, here, let me do the monster guy so you can see him up close. So here's our monster guy that I just did, and those were just, and obviously the red one could be a really easy flower or something like that. And then here's our watercolor flower that we did coming up from the edge using crayons. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. I was gonna do the stick painting one today, but because of the weather, I just didn't feel like that motivation to be sunshiny and paint sticks. So we painted some flowers instead. Yeah, let me know how you like this new version and new setup. Hopefully it won't be as crazy for me to start out next time. I'll work with it a little bit more, but I do like that I don't have to flip you up and down all the time, and I can do picture-in-picture and all that jazz. So I think I have another week left on my free trial, maybe a week, maybe a little less than a week. But yeah, I will post that heart video. It's like a 50-second video of just like a quick rundown. So if you need something to do, don't forget that we Zoom at noon today, which it's like 20 minutes till. So I don't have the link up there yet, but I will post the link shortly after I finish this video. And then so you can jump on there, and if you want to Zoom with us, we will be there. I don't know who we are, but I will be there for sure. Faux Rizzle. And again, you don't have to be artistic. You just come, hang out, have some adult talk if you want. If there's kids running in the background, it's totally fine too. There's, that's just life right now for people. And we understand that. So, yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm going to pretend like I know how to turn this off, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.